Cage Minds, Micah Frankel, ahead of Knucklemania 3, talking with Eric Dodson. Sir, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well.
So we saw the long-awaited pro debut, and now months later, we actually get you back in action. Does this mean you really like the Bare-Knuckle experience?
I absolutely love the Bare-Knuckle experience, but also I think it left a little bit more to be desired. I didn't get into a full knockout, drag-out battle, and a lot of people are wondering whether or not that's kind of a fluke or how it went. So it's good to get back in there to kind of show everybody what I can do and kind of solidify. Okay, so he hits hard, and they stay down. So on this fight going in, we're gonna see if we can make him lay down and stay down this time. No refs to break it up this time.
Now, from that first experience, was there anything surprising to you, whether it was how you felt, the walkout, the response? I mean, it was quite the night, quite the moment for you.
Absolutely. The biggest thing to me was the response from the crowd. The crowd was amazing. It was a great turnout for the event. But, man, when I lifted up my hands, I heard the volume raise in the room. So the fans themselves, it surprised me how welcoming they were. And don't get me wrong, I probably have haters. I probably have supporters, but you need both in any sport to kind of keep it going. So it was perfect for me. I absolutely loved the experience.
How do you take the bare-knuckle boxing game to the next level? Because you've worked on martial arts, you've worked on grappling for a long time. New sport, new intricacies. How do you take your skills to the next level?
So for the next level for this, it's basically just kind of how they talk about it. It's bare-knuckled. In my opinion, with boxing gloves, you can put your hands up and it creates more or less a shield in a bigger surface area for people to hit or at least to block and stuff like that. So finding those smaller openings and seeing where all of the holes are, that's kind of where the bread and butter is finding where you can get through. I think Nick Villar in my last fight kind of found out that you can't just put your hands up and hope that it blocks it. These punches will get through, and they do damage.
And the guy that you're going to be targeting to damage in the upcoming fight is someone you know, someone we've both seen on this local scene forever, Gene Perez. Is it a little weird to be fighting somebody that you've watched compete so many times? You're like, I don't got to study this guy. I know it. I can play some of it back.
Yeah. So at this point, we're older in this sport in general. So it's hard for him to completely change his stripes. So I, for the most part, know what he's gonna do. And don't get me wrong, there's a handful of things that he could surprise me at. But given that my brother's John Dodson and he's my main training partner, nobody's gonna be as fast as he has. And in terms of experience, my brother has fantastic experience. So that doesn't necessarily translate into my experience, but it definitely helps me grow quicker and faster. So in terms of watching Gene a lot, it's good for me because we can find those openings and find it and just kind of study film on him. But on the other side of that, he doesn't have enough stuff to follow up on me. So I'm interested in what his approach is going to be and how he changes things up. With that being said, nobody moves like John and nobody's as quick as John. So I'm not overly concerned about it. He should be concerned a little bit more about not finding enough on me or finding the range, or even my last fight was such a short fight. What is there to gather? So I'm interested to see how he tries to prepare for that.
You've watched your brother fight many a times, but was it different when you were coming down from your own adrenaline rush of just competing yourself?
No, honestly, the entire experience was good for me. We were in the back, we were kind of hanging out, we were dancing in the back, we played music, we were watching Jabberwockies and stuff. We didn't overthink the fight. We've been in fights before, and I've trained with super duper high caliber guys, so I wasn't overly concerned about it. We had a good feeling, so we went out there, we did our thing, we came back, and it was a short-lived party because we turned up a little bit, and then we transferred that energy into focusing on John, and John turned out to do fantastic. So we did good with that.
You did it in, what was that, 20?
It was, yeah, so the knockout was 23 seconds, but they do give you a standing count. So this goal on this one is to absolutely starch him. I don't want the ref to get involved. Not necessarily, he didn't really get involved last time, but I definitely want to make a statement. So I'm going to be throwing super, super hard, super, super fast, and we've been working on movement and stuff like that. So it's going to be an experience, definitely.
Tingley Coliseum, February 17th, Knucklemania 3. Eric, thanks for the time.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me again, man. I love you.